Once you have model, you can actually run your simulation, and then you can see we can analyze the result here. So you can get this kind of result. So this one is number of rejected calls over the period, and then this is trunk line busy. So as you can see, during the peak time, it's very busy, right? And then number of rejected calls. It's actually there are many rejected calls during the peak hour, especially like around this time, while this time and this time. So solution to reduce number of rejected call, we need to add a step, right? So like add sales and tech step for these 4 time period. That's how we can actually analyze the result and how we can develop the alternative. Okay, so that's why I like this model a lot. All right, and then problem of the current system. So base model result worst staffing shortfall are between noon and 4 p.m. Noon and 4 p.m. Okay, these 3 bars, actually including this. And then goal of the simulation study is to reduce the number of rejected call, right? So which will enhance the performance and then also satisfaction of the service, right? So we will hire new employees, just we don't know how many, right? The problem is that if we hire many employees, and then it will increase the staff cost, salaries, right? So you need to think about the appropriate number of the employees to be hired. And so in order to do that, we can add new performance measures on staffing and resource cost, and right. And these are cost actually is tangible and measurable, so it's very easy to use, right, to evaluate the performance of the system. However, cost due to the poor customer service is really difficult to measure because it is intangible, right? It's a satisfaction, so we don't know how much actual investment can get, how much benefit or profit in future. So staffing and resource cost, hourly salary. So here's the information of the staffing. Okay, so sales staff require $20 per hour, and then tech support staff required $18 from $18 to $22 depending on training or technique level or knowledge, skills, and so on. Anyway, and then costs were incurred whenever the staff were present according to their schedule. Okay, so whenever there is a cost, there is an employee and then staff, and then you should pay the salary, right? Okay, and then weekly salaries, you can calculate the weekly salaries, right, based on the current staff, the number of staffs. So sales staff altogether, 6 people, right? 6 people, 24 hours a day, and $20 per hour times 5 days will give you $4,500. The tech support staff, so 8 people, only consider one product type, so can pay this amount, and one person can handle the 2, right? So 2 product, and 2 people can handle 3 product. So you can have you need to provide this kind of this salary, right? So weekly salary is the summary of the weekly salary is like this. So current weekly payroll can be around $13,000, right? Okay, so you need to modify the call center for the study, right? Make a 5 application to get better statistical precision. So let's change the number of applications in run setup. So should be 5 instead of 1. And then options of the multiple application in Arena. You can choose this option. So initialize the system and then initialize the statistic. Okay. So click yes. So if you click no, and then simply the time continues to advance, and then if you click no for the initialize statistic, report will be cumulative. But we want to make a viable application for the terminating simulation model. So that's why you can choose yes. You can initialize the system and initialize statistics whenever you have a new application. Good. Okay, so also in order to find the appropriate number of staff, you can actually define the variable to control the number of staff. So let's generate in variable. You can generate these 5 variables. Okay, new cells will have new cells means is number of additional sales staff. Okay, in other words, in addition to the number of staff you want to hire the new employees, maybe, then that value will be stored in this variable. And new tech 1, tech 2, and tech 3. Okay, number of additional tech support staff. And new tech all means number of additional tech support staff who are qualified for all 3 product types. If you want to consider the tech staff only qualified for 2 product type, and then you can create more additional 3 variables if you want. Anyway, okay, but let's use this, right? And use variable in the schedule data module, particularly in the schedule data module, you can actually use the name of the variable like this. So you can use this expression 5 plus new sales, 6 plus new sales, and 5 plus new sales, and so on. So that's why you can utilize a variable in the sales schedule. Okay, instead of the graphical schedule editor, you can actually use a dialog to specify the name of the variable in order to find the apparent number of the new employees. All right, and also you need to update the expression of staff resource cost, right? Cost of sales staff is like this, and then cost of the tech support staff or new should be like this per week, right? The $320 per week, and then $360 per week, right? And then $340 per week for the sales staff. And also, if you want to increase the trunk line, you need to also consider the maintenance cost of the new trunk line, right? So this is the cost of each trunk line. So, okay, in order to maintain the trunk line, you need to pay the money, right? So as a result, you can have this kind of expression. So new sales times 340, and then other number of the new employee at the technical support division times their weekly salary, and then new tech all times 360 plus 98, which is $98, times MR, which is number of resources of what? Trunk line. So you can get the weekly cost. And also you can have you can measure the cost due to the poor customer service and impute the cost for making customers wait on hold. And people have a tolerance for holding. Let's say people have tolerance for holding. So tech support for the tech support calls, people can wait on up to 3 minutes. The sales calls can wait until 1 minute, and then order sale call can wait until 2 minutes. So if waiting time is greater than these numbers, and then customer will leave the system or poor service quality. Okay, you will have poor service quality. So beyond the tolerance point, system incurs weekly cost of $1.84. Okay, for this tech support call, and $4.09 for sales call, and then $1.73 for order status calls. Good. So although all these values are given by the problem, but in reality you need to estimate this kind of loss or cost. Okay. And So you can accumulate excess waiting time for each call type, and you can use a assign module when call is done, and you can use built-in arena attribute called entity.wait time. So it has a waiting time actually for each entity, and for the excess tag wait time, you can add the maximum entity wait time. Okay, my tolerance value, which is 3, 1, 2, right? So you can add this waiting time, excessive waiting time, to the excess tag wait time. So you can get the total waiting time of the customer, excessive waiting time of the customer. Okay, got it. Like a counter, you are adjusting if there is any waiting time greater than 3, and then you can add that value to the existing variable. Okay. So at the end, you can calculate the cost. So how? And in statistic, actually, you can put the operational cost and then excessive sales wait time multiplied by the 4.09. This value was given in this slide, right? 4.09, right? Sales calls, or the sales calls. All right. Because this gives you the total waiting time, total excess sales wait time. So times each unit cost, and then excess status wait time times and multiplied by 1.73, and plus excess tag wait time multiplied by 1.84, right? And then plus this is a fixed, right? Fixed salary, so payroll, current weekly payroll. Also, so when after you run the simulation model, you can get the output via user specified other output option. Okay, so so far we considered really multiple new options, right? Multiple new functions using the arena. So please consider these new functions to develop the model. I will provide the tutorial. Okay, thank you.